Hey, this is David Breslow back with you, and today's golf tip, I want to talk to you about perfectionism. One of the greatest things that happens with a lot of the golfers I talk to, and it's pretty incredible, the rules that they play under are rules that even professional golfers would not play under because they cause so much stress that professional golfers understand that they don't really need to add any more stress to their game than they already have. The amateur golfer has a set of rules that causes them incredible amounts of stress and things that they can't really match up to. Here's what I'm talking about. Often the amateur golfer is trying to create this aura of perfection. They take lessons, of course, you go to the driving range, you work on your game, it's all great. And then when you get out on the golf course, you demand perfection. Now, demanding perfection is fine, it's one thing. But if you notice when you watch tournaments on the weekends, you watch the professional golfers play, there's imperfections all over the place. Watch a US Open, watch a British Open, watch any of the majors, and you're going to see imperfection everywhere you look at some point during the round. So this notion of being perfect is actually causing many golfers undue and unnecessary stress. What if you were able to accept your imperfection? Striving to be perfect is one thing, and it's fine. In a world of competition, that's actually quite a normal thing. But it's actually not good for you. You really need to take a look at this for yourself and be truthful. And by the way, if you've seen anything about me, you know I teach 7 laws of human performance. And the pre-law, the baseline law to all of those 7 laws is this law. It's the law of self-honesty, which really means the more honest you are with yourself, the quicker you get what you want. What that really means is what you're willing to admit, you can change. What you're willing to see, you can change. What you're not willing to see, you don't have a shot. It's not my opinion, it's not my theory, it is a fact. That if you're not willing to see something, your ability to change it diminishes greatly to basically zero. So if you're not willing to see it, it's not going to get any better. So I'm asking you to use the pre-law here and be honest with yourself. Are you a golfer that goes out and tries to be perfect all the time? Because if you do, and it's messing up your game, it takes you in the wrong direction, it's actually not a good thing for your game. It's not healthy for your game. And many times when I'm talking to amateur golfers, they will say to me, well, the pros try to be perfect, and that's one of their goals is perfection. They're constantly working on their game. Well, that may be, but they're in a different place than you are, aren't they? Mentally, emotionally, and physically, they're at a different level than you. So when they have a goal of perfection, it doesn't affect them the same way it does the amateur golfer. For many amateur golfers, this notion of perfectionism actually causes them to stress out, get too physically tight, get too mentally tight, get emotionally crazy when things don't go their way, and it basically takes their game down the tubes. So what's the point of having that as a goal if it's actually messing up the way you play a round of golf? It's interfering with how well you can actually play. So I'm suggesting drop that right now and be more comfortable with your imperfection. What would happen to your game if you were actually able to embrace your imperfection? Because you are an imperfect golfer. So am I. So is Paul. Paul Wilson. So is everybody. Everybody's an imperfect golfer. But if you're an amateur golfer and you're holding on to this notion of perfection and it's tightening you up and it's stressing you out, drop it. It's not good for your game. Instead, embrace your imperfection, and if you can do that, you will be much more comfortable with those moments when things don't go exactly the way you want them to go. Try it out. See what happens. Dave Breslow, once again, would love to hear your message here. Leave us a note, and would love to get into a dialogue with you. Visit me over at mentalgolfcoaching.com, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.